Welcome back. It's another predictions video. How are you all doing? We've got Dan here to predict every single championship fixture this weekend. And oh my goodness, there are some huge games this weekend. We're going to kick off straight away with, of course, one of the fiercest derbies that there is in the championship this season, simply because they haven't played each other very much. This Sunday, Watford and Luton meet at Vicarage Road for only the second time in 15 or so years. I know our Watford fans are looking forward to it. Luton, of course, rooted now to the bottom of the table as of press time. Daniel, welcome back. How's this one going?
It's interesting. I think the most recent game for Watford is the tilting point for me. A great performance against Borough. I like Cleverly. I was also speaking to a Watford fan. He seems to be happy now, particularly after that performance. Makes me definitely lean towards Watford. Luton were actually good against Blades, though. I thought they've got a clear plan. It's physicality, particularly at home, though. But I do think Watford will get something, and I think they're going to win 1-0.
Yeah, I was going to put it on it. They want revenge. They were battered 3-0 earlier in the year. They're going to win 2-0 here. However, if Luton should beat Plymouth on Wednesday night, that just might give them a bit of confidence. So I think I'll change it to 2-1. All right, two games on Friday night for some reason this week. This one sees Tommy Conway returning with Borough to Bristol City. They are ready to give him hell, in the words of our Bristol City fans, because he didn't leave under great circumstances. Carrick is in a job. He's not going anywhere, says Gibson. Do you see them getting anything at Bristol City?
I did see that. I think I do. I think I've been sticking by Borough for a long time, and it's hard not to when you look at that squad. But every week it's kind of like again. I think Bristol have been all right, but I'm not 100% convinced with them. Like, still at the moment, I would probably say Borough are more likely for the playoffs than Bristol are. That's what makes me lean towards them getting something. Bristol have won 5 out of the last 6 home games. But I'm going to say it's 1-1, a point each way.
All right, okay. We're going to go 1-0 Bristol City win. Don't call them Bristol either. They'll hate that. Yeah, people in the comments will be here now. Also on Friday night, we've also got this game, Burnley against Sheffield Wednesday. You probably want Sheffield Wednesday to do you a favour here, won't you, as a United fan?
Obviously. I mean, Preston, Hecky did us a favour at the weekend, so I'm very happy with that. I think asking for a Sheffield Wednesday win might be... I don't know what the saying is, but asking too much. Yeah. But 11 consecutive clean sheets now for Burnley, and I think it's over like 1,050 minutes without conceding the goal is just ridiculous. When's it going to end? This weekend. I've predicted 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. I think it's definitely going to be 1-0 or 2-0. But Sheffield Wednesday felt hard done by against Coventry, so go and show what you've got at Burnley.
Okay, we'll go 0-0. Obviously, we'd love Ugbo to score in the 90th minute because he hasn't scored yet. We'll do that one as well. Okay, on to the weekend games. Then there's a big one, of course, Monday night. We'll leave that until the end. Sunderland, who are, at the current time, are taking on Leeds, but they play Hull in a kind of northeast Yorkshire kind of local-ish meeting. This is a home win, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, a big game going on at the moment whilst we're filming this, Leeds versus Sunderland. But I don't think that matters, any of the result of this. Sunderland 2-0. Hull, great point against Norwich, was it? At home. But I think Sunderland versus, I think they're going to get to 3 points.
Yeah, okay, 2-0 for us as well. Norwich against Stoke. It's... Norwich are desperate to get into that top 6, but they have just started not playing very well at the moment, even though they've got now Saints and Sargent back in the lineup. And Stoke just awful away from home. Norwich win?
I have got a Norwich win. Closer than you might think. I've gone for 2-1. I think it's slightly similar to Borough in that I think the quality of some of the Norwich players is, up there for the playoffs, and they should be challenging maybe better than they are doing at the moment. I think the fact Sainz is back is definitely good. I mean, the last 2 games, 2 poor results, but he was very good against Hull, I thought. And Stoke, good 3-1 win against Swansea, but I don't think they've got enough here.
Yeah, I'm not convinced by Stoke at all. I'm going to go 3-0 in Norwich. One of the biggest hoodoos in football continues this weekend. Coventry City have not beaten Preston North End, only in cup games. They have never beaten them. Never beaten them at Deepdale, and certainly haven't beaten them in years and years, even at their own place. So they've already ended one hoodoo by beating Swansea a couple of weeks ago. Can they end the longest running jinx in football?
I did not hear that. That is very interesting. I think I have gone for Coventry 3 points. Like I said, 2-1. Coventry just keep winning, don't they? I mean, they lost to Leeds, but it's Leeds. There's a real good feel about them. We had them as I had them as my outsider contenders for playoffs, but they're not outsiders anymore, are they? They're pretty much bang on now. Preston, though, have been so impressive. I love Hecky. I mean, especially taking points off Burnley. Great run of form now, but I do think it's going to be 2-1 to Coventry.
Okay. We're going to go for a Preston win, 1-0. I think he's got them over the line. Two managerless clubs also meet this weekend, and who'd have thought we'd been saying that at this point of the season? As managerless now Swansea, as of Luke Williams leaving this evening against managerless Blackburn Rovers. I'm going to go for a 1-1 here, Dan. You?
I think personally Blackburn have been really good. I think it looks like no Eustace, no problem. Obviously they got a 2-0 win away against West Brom, then a 2-0 win at home to Plymouth, which is actually a better result than it sounds because Plymouth have obviously been great recently. 1 win in 9 for Swansea, I think, just says it all. So I'm going to go 2-0 to Blackburn.
Okay. Massive game at the bottom of the table this weekend. Plymouth play Luton midweek, and then they take on Cardiff in their own stadium at the weekend. So this could be season defining for the Pilgrims. Dan, how do you see this one?
I mean, as I just touched on, Plymouth have been really good recently. Back down to earth a little bit against Blackburn. Cardiff are around there. If Plymouth win this game, they go 1 point behind Cardiff. Although I don't think they will. I think it'll be 1-1.
Okay. I'm gonna edge this one to Plymouth just because they're at home. I think that either way this would have gone to the home side. Yeah. We'll go 1-0 Plymouth in the 90th minute. Derby also make up, of course, the other bottom three. They're at home to Millwall this week when John Eustace gets his first outing at home. Dan?
Not happy with Derby at the moment. I had a bit of a shocker in the last predictions saying that they'd beat QPR. So, no, on a serious note, Millwall got a good point against West Brom. Genuinely, they have been pretty happy Millwall fans. I think they need to kick on soon if they really think they've got a chance at playoffs. I personally don't. But I think they'll win 2-1 against Derby. Yeah.
I can see this being a 0-0, I'm afraid. Just don't think it's going to be that expansive. Neither team will want to lose. West Brom against Oxford United. This seems to return of Matt Phillips, of course, to the Hawthorns. I'm going to go. I'll go 2-0 West Brom here.
I was going to say West Brom have been inconsistent under Mowbray. Obviously, they won 5-1 that first game. Everyone had high expectations, but it hasn't really been the same since. Oxford without winning 5, though, so I do think West Brom will edge it here. I was going to say 2-0, so I'm going to go 1-0 instead.
Okay, Bill. 2 more to go. Portsmouth against QPR. Nice bit of mini resurgence for Portsmouth, and I still think QPR are my dark horses for the playoffs. No one believes me, but Dan.
I didn't believe you. I mean, you look good now after that 4-0 win against Derby, but no, Portsmouth's home form's obviously great. 2 good wins in the last 2 as well. But 4 goals for QPR is not going to hurt their confidence, isn't it? But I've gone 2-2.
Okay. And then the big one, Monday night. This is Leeds' last difficult fixture on paper, and the Blades are ready for revenge. They didn't play well in the reverse fixture. You'll know that yourself, Dan, being a Blades fan, but they welcome Leeds to Ellen Road. There's no way Wilder goes defensive as he did at Ellen Road. I hope he doesn't. This should be a good one. What's your honest thoughts?
I think you speaking about going defensive is an interesting one. I've been thinking about it slightly. I think if we went into this game 5 at the back, I actually wouldn't mind. Against Luton, we went 5 at the back at half time and improved. Matched them. I think it was like 5-3-2. Leeds is tricky. I mean, they're a better side than us, especially like their starting 11. I want to say we're going to get 3 points. I want to say we're going to get a point. I'd snap your hand off for a point, although it's probably unlikely. Leeds are obviously the favourites. I'm going to go 1-1, and I'll be happy with that.
Okay. Yeah, let's go a 2-1 Sheffield United win. Leeds have got to lose sometime. They've got to lose sometime. Right. Thank you very much, Daniel. Thank you. Let us know in the comments what we've got wrong. Of course, we're doing this every single week as a little bit of fun. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you. See how many we've got right and wrong in a couple of weeks. And Dan's going to post in the comments the results from last week's show as well. And if you take part, there are prizes as well. So drop your predictions. We'll give you a shout out next week if you manage to beat either of us. Have a great week, Dan. We'll see you the other side of hopefully a win against Leeds.